A Tacoma man is under investigation for unlawful imprisonment after police say he duct taped his autistic great-grandson yesterday afternoon. It was an incident that prompted an Amber Alert. King 5's Jenna Hanchard spoke to police today and has more.
I'm told this great-grandfather usually picks up the 11-year-old boy after school from the bus stop in this neighborhood. The 11-year-old boy has autism, and yesterday we were told he was having some behavioral issues. And that's when the great-grandfather decided to restrain him using duct tape outside. But across the street at DeLong Elementary, a young boy noticed what was happening and started recording with his cell phone. At that point, he then notified teachers, then notified police, and the photos were then released in an Amber Alert.
After seeing the pictures on the news, the man called in and said, oh, that was me. I was picking up my great-grandson and he was having some problems. And so we went out to interview the man, and the child was not with him. The child had been transported out to Kitsap County, where I believe he lives with his mother. And so we sent deputies out, Kitsap County deputies out, to make contact with the child and make sure that he was safe and secure.
While the case for this child and this family has been referred to Child Protective Services, Tacoma police are doing their own investigation and charges could be filed.
This is not appropriate if someone says it's the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, uncle, mom, aunt. You don't restrain a child in this fashion.
Tacoma police say while yesterday's incident did not meet the technical requirements for issuing an Amber Alert, which requires that they do have a license plate number as well as the child's name, they said because the photos were alarming, that's why they released the alert. Reporting in Tacoma, Jenna Hanchard for King 5 News.
Jenna, thank you. Tonight, autism advocates as well as people with special needs are voicing concerns about that duct tape incident. King 5's Susanna Frame is in our Olympia Bureau tonight after visiting the advocacy group, the ARC of Washington State. Susanna.
Mark, the people we talked to today were disturbed by the images that they saw, and they say it really underscores the need for more resources for people with developmental disabilities in the state of Washington, as well as their families. We were able to interview Ivanova Smith today. She works for the ARC of Washington State. She has autism and says images such as the little boy being duct taped should be a call to action, that people with intellectual disabilities should be treated with dignity, just like everybody else.
It was hard for me to see a person being restrained like that, imprisoned like that. That was very shocking to me. It made me feel sick inside. And made me think about the times that people did that to me.
The latest state statistics show that there are nearly 13,000 people with developmental disabilities in the state of Washington who qualify for state services but aren't getting any because of lack of funding. Of course, in this case, we don't know if this family is receiving state services, but with so many people on a waiting list, the advocates we talked to today say this is just an example showing that things can really go wrong. Families can end up in a crisis without the right supports. I'm Susanna Frame reporting live in Olympia.